So you're finally upgrading your desktop or laptop. Great, right? But as you go to put your old PC in a closet somewhere where it'll probably sit forever or go to throw it out, you wonder, couldn't this be reused in some way? The answer is yes. And today we're going to be showing you how you can repurpose your old studio or home computer for cheap or for free. The truth is that even the old PC that's been sitting in your closet for the past decade isn't worthless. Even with its drastically outdated CPU and obvious lack of a graphics card, your PC can be reused in ways you probably never even thought of. Tired of paying for cloud storage? Start your own file server. Do you get tired of having to run a USB drive to your TV every time you want to watch a movie? Host your own media server. There are no end to the possibilities. True, the servers in big data centers do look different than home or studio desktops, but that's because they are built to serve hundreds of thousands of clients concurrently. But we're not. That's why your old studio computer or the broken laptop you threw in the closet because the cord always needs to be connected can be put to great use as your own personal server. Here we have an old PC we picked up from someone who's going to throw it out. Even though its CPU is outdated, its mismatched 8 GB of RAM, and obvious lack of a graphics card, this will still work great for a first home server. The first thing you probably need to do is give your PC a good dusting. And while you're at it, maybe refresh the thermal paste. Now let's set up our OS. Today we're going to use Windows as it's way easier to set up. For beginners, this is the easiest way to get a head start on your own great server journey. And that's what this video is all about. If you want to follow up where we show you more in-depth server setups, make sure you leave a note in the comments and subscribe. The first thing you'll want to do is reset your PC. If your PC is running Windows 7 or 8, it would be a great idea to install Windows 10 right about now. Also, you don't have to worry about Windows activation keys because most of the time your old Windows keys will still work for new versions of Windows. Once you've installed Windows 10, click on the Windows key and type Reset. Then click Get Started. Now just run through the steps until you have a fresh Windows install. Now we're ready to set up our server to actually do stuff. For starters, we're going to download Plex Media Server for our media, and you can also download a remote desktop application such as AnyDesk, or you can get a server management application like Pulseway. Wait a moment. Why do we need to be able to remotely access the computer? Because we may not have a spare monitor, mouse, or keyboard to leave connected to it, let alone space. Instead, we can run our server headlessly, which means that it's completely controlled via remote desktop so you can access it from any device or mobile device. Now, onto Plex. The setup is simple. Install the application, go through the prompts, and that's it. What's really nice about running a Windows server as opposed to a Linux server is that all you have to do is run the installer, follow the prompts in the GUI, and you're done. With Linux, you don't have it quite so easy. Although if you do use Linux, you do get a lot more control. From here, you can run a remote torrenting box or an ad block server to block those nasty ads that always seem to pop up right at the wrong moment. If you hit a roadblock and need help, just comment your question in the comments and we'll get back to you. But what if you want something more? Well, you could run a standalone Linux server, but that's a bit of a challenge. Proxmox and OnRaid are also two great options, but they also take a bit of tweaking to set up. For a more intermediate user, we recommend TrueNAS Core, previously known as FreeNAS. It's free, easy to install, and has a wide variety of options. If you want to find out more about similar projects and on-set tech, make sure you subscribe and check out our other videos.